Hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I am a regular dude walking in the Word. We are, this is the episode 89, but it's actually the second episode of Genesis 26 that we're talking about today. And it's entitled, Like Father, Like Son. Okay? When you're raising children, you think, oh, yeah, I need to not do that because my children are going to do the same thing. Yeah, they will. Or you might think, it doesn't matter how I live because my children are going to go do their own thing. Not necessarily. They're going to follow, surprisingly, what you do. So anyway, let's see what happens here. So this is Genesis 26 verses 7 through 11. How about that? 7-11. I don't have a big gulp or a Slurpee here today, but 7-11. So Genesis 26 7 through 11. It says this: when the men of the place asked him about his wife, he said, "She is my sister," because he was afraid to say, "She is my wife." He thought the men of this place might kill me on account of Rebekah because she is beautiful. You're like, are you reading the same thing? We already read that. No, I've read it twice, actually. This is the third time I'm reading it. The first, it happened twice to Abraham. Now this is happening to Isaac, where they go into a town and they're like, I might be killed because my wife is beautiful. So let's act like we're brother and sister, okay? And that happened to Abraham twice. The last time it happened, God really convicted him and had to deal with him on that, and it was a change of heart with Abraham. Well, Isaac is aware of how his father acted, okay? And so when he gets into a pickle like that, he's like, well, my dad did this, so I think I'll do it too. Okay, let's see how it turns out. When Isaac had been there for a long time, Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked down from a window and saw Isaac caressing his wife Rebekah. So Abimelech summoned Isaac and said, "She is really your wife. Why did you say she is my sister?" Isaac answered him, "Because I thought I might lose my life on account of her." Then Abimelech said, "What is this you have done to us? One of the men might well have slept with your wife, and you would have brought guilt upon us." So Abimelech gave orders to all the people, "Anyone who harms this man or his wife shall surely be put to death." Okay. When Abraham was dealing with Abimelech, and this was most likely his father, okay, the father of this Abimelech, when he was dealing with him, God struck Abimelech and the men of the town and took away their sexual desire, okay, or they were sterile or whatever, okay? And so that was a big deal. And so Abraham had to pray, and then their sexuality was restored, okay? So I'm sure that was a warning as he's talking to his son later on. He's like, if a guy comes in here and he's like, acts like this is my sister and stuff, and you go to sleep with her and all this stuff, don't do it. Stay far away, because we could all be, dead or sterile, or our sexual desires gone. This happened to us, and it was a close call. Okay, so that's why this Abimelech, in this time, when he sees this, he's like all up in arms, like, "Hey, wait a minute," and he's like, and then he gives a warning. He says, "No one here is to mess with that, with Rebekah or Isaac here." Because, and it says, verse 11, so Abimelech gave orders to all the people, "Anyone who harms this man or his wife shall surely be put to death." He wanted nothing to do with any harm that might come because of messing around with Isaac and Rebekah, okay? And so, but the thing that I want you to see here is this. Isaac was copying, like almost verbatim, the same sin Abraham was. Abraham, it's written about twice, okay? But there's a good chance he was doing it more than that. This is only written about twice. But this was a pattern for Abraham, okay? And Isaac, he probably knew it was wrong, but he's like, oh, we're in trouble. I could be a dead man. And so he resorts to the way his dad was acting. So you have to look in your life. Are there things you're doing as a father or grandfather or stepfather or whatever, maybe even a big brother? Are there things that you're doing that are affecting the way your children are going to be? Okay, because your children will follow in your footsteps, whether you like it or not. There's an old saying, I forget where this came from, but there was a guy, and he would go down to the bar every night, okay? And it was just his thing. And he had a little boy, and the boy would go, hey, can I go down to the bar with you, and play pool and stuff? And no, you can't do that, okay? One night, he goes down to the bar, and it's a late night, it was snowing and stuff, and he's walking along, and as he looks back, and he sees his boy following him, his son following him, and he goes, "Oh, what are you doing?" He says, and he had been following his footsteps. He had left footprints in the snow, and his boy had just been stepping in each footprint. And the son said, "Hey, Dad, I'm not going to the bar. I'm just following in your footsteps here." Well, that little incident convicted that guy, and he turned himself around. He turned around like, I don't need to be going there anymore. And he turned himself around, and that changed the way he continued to live. He was like, I don't need to be going into the bar every night because pretty soon my son's going to be following me in there. And do I really want my son to be doing that? All right. So evaluate, what do you want your children to be doing? Do you want them to be following in your footsteps? If you do, you might want to change the direction of your footsteps. Thanks for watching. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue our journey through Genesis. Lord's blessing. I'll see you then.